الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى وبعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Inshallah, today we are going to talk about how can we revive the lost virtue of modesty in mass media. And inshallah, our next speakers are going to talk about the real existing media that we have in Pakistan, whereas I am going to touch the main Islamic perspective about haya and how can we deal with media according to the laws that are given in Sharia. So first thing that we need to understand about the topic is what is the meaning of modesty. Meaning of modesty, as you can see, is that lexical meaning of modesty is sometimes misunderstood, or sometimes it is not taken as Islam takes it. So first of all, we are going to talk about the lexical meaning, the different lexical meanings that we have, which cover the different aspects of modesty. The first meaning that dictionary may tell you is behavior, manner, or appearance intended to avoid impropriety or indecency. So basically, a person who is bahaya or modest is a person who is decent, who has grace or taste. The second meaning is formality and propriety of manner. And the third meaning is freedom from vanity or conceit, means you will not show off, you will not pretend to be what you are not. So what we see on media these days, that people only post when they have some brand to share that they are wearing this, or they have some expensive food from some place. So basically, the modest person is the one who does not like this kind of show off. He's a pure and genuine person. Also, shrinking of the soul from foul conduct. This meaning goes to the emotional meanings of modesty. When you feel if something bad is happening in your presence, you feel bad about it. Also, feeling embarrassed with regard to the things that people usually feel embarrassed about and try to avoid it. So basically, we know that children are born on pure nature. So most of the time when adult people are openly doing bad things, you will find out as a child would say, "What are you doing? Oh my God, this is so embarrassing." So this is because they are on pure nature. And when the adulterated fitra of adult people is not understanding the embarrassing situation, a child would always say the truth. Now we come to the second aspect of modesty, which is taken in negative meanings. Some people think being modest means that you have a quality or state of being unassuming in the estimation of one's abilities, means you cannot understand what you are able to do. And when you have low self-esteem and you don't know what you are capable to do, that is called a modest person. And many people nowadays use modesty in this meaning, whereas modest person is not the person who does not know what they can do. For example, the girls who are covering here, they are well aware of how beautiful their hair are, and they make them beautifully before they cover themselves. Also, they know that they are given most beautiful bodies and they are young and they are beautiful, but still they choose to cover it. It is their own personal choice. It is not that they have low self-esteem or they don't want to show their body. But mainly, when you hear the word modest on media, people will say these are the girls who are ashamed of their bodies. That is why they don't show themselves. And most of the time, actresses or the stars, pseudo stars of showbiz would say that my body is beautiful, so I can show it. And if you remember, a famous girl here once said that, the chadar and char diwali is for girly sadi lash, right? Means the home and the head covering is for a girl who has nothing to show, and she is like a rotten dead body. So this is how they hit the modest girls on media. And you will find out that these thoughts are recurring in media. So you need to be aware of that. The second meaning is the quality of being relatively moderate, limited, or small in amount, grade, or level. People think that people who are modest, they are basically people who are small. They don't have something to show. That is why they are not showing that. Now we come to the meaning of modesty according to Islam. In Islam, modesty is virtue. It's not something that makes you stained or tainted. It's something that beautifies you. And that is why the scholars of Islam, when they define modesty, they said modesty or haya is such a feeling that makes you to do what is commendable or praiseworthy, and it makes you to avoid the things that are disgusted by the people or that are disgusted in the society. This is the definition by Imam Nawawi in his book Sharh Sahih Muslim. The second, a more clear definition is given by Hafiz ibn Hajar in his Arabic work Fathul Bari. I have translated it for you in English. The feeling which makes you to do what is praiseworthy according to Islam and makes you to avoid acts which are detested or disgusted in Islam. So the clear thing is that he is saying the sole criteria to judge whether a person is modest or not is Islam. If the whole society has started doing something which is not allowed in Islam, it means that this is the person who is doing it is not modest. Sometimes we can mix up the cultural modesty with Islamic modesty. For example, in our culture, if a widow gets married second time after death of her first husband, most of us would say that this woman has made nikah again. Again and again she gets married. Whereas we all know that Asma bint Umays radiallahu anha, she married 3 times with 3 caliphs. When one died, she married to the second. She was the wife of Abu Bakr. Then she married to the 3 caliphs. Can you understand? So this is how Islam says that marriage of a widowed woman, no matter how many times she is widowed, is allowed in Islam, and this is a modest act. She is not choosing zina, she is choosing nikah. And this is the biggest proof of her modest nature. Same is the case with marriage of men. Polygamy is considered by us, the girls, as a crime. If a man marries more than one wife at the same time, right? We think that this person is, he's a playboy. Maybe he is, he has some problem. Whereas Prophet ﷺ has allowed men to marry, to practice polygamy. So this is how we sometimes become a pressure group, and we stop people from haram, from halal, and we push them to haram. We need to understand that modesty should be according to Islam. If a person is doing whatever is halal in Islam, we should support them. But if they are doing it in a wrong manner, or if they are not doing in the manner that Islam has told them to do, of course at that time we will talk about it. For example, women already, they have started feeling sensitive about polygamy. So I say that for girls it is allowed to come to university. But many boys would say, I won't let my sister go to university because university girls are bad girls. So what would you say? You would say it's her right to go to get education. But the girls who bunk, definitely they are doing the wrong thing. And we will talk about it later. But the first thing is that getting education is the due right of a girl. Same is the case with polygamy. Polygamy is a right of a man. And it definitely benefits women. When man gets married to another woman or a third woman, of course he is giving husband to 3 women. So why are we so sensitive about it? On the other hand, a girl can always make it a condition in her marriage contract that her husband would not get married until he is married to her. This is your choice. So Islam has given you the choice. So now we can understand that concept of modesty according to Islam is sometimes mixed up with the concept of modesty in our culture. And sometimes we feel that this act is disgusting, whereas that is allowed in Islam. I hope it's clear. So now we come to the criteria. Hafiz ibn Hajar is saying that everything that is halal is praiseworthy. So what are the praiseworthy acts if you want to follow it? First, all the halal things. Second, all the first things, right? If you are praying your namaz, if you are doing your hijab, and your mother says, why are you acting like old people in this young age? It means she is imposing cultural modesty over you, whereas you are doing the right thing, right? And the third thing is recommended acts. The things that are mustahab in Islam and that are good to do, like putting perfume when men are going to pray Jummah. Or if you put perfume when you are reading Quran inside your home, you are not outside and you are praying, that is allowed and that is mustahab, that is recommended act. The more beautifully you are dressed and you are ready for salah, that is recommended. So all these acts come under modesty. Now, what are the detested acts? First of all the haram acts. Is my voice clear? Yes. With mic? Is there some distortion or something? Okay. So we said that now it's not clear. This mic is not working properly, right? Now clear? Okay. So the detested acts are first of all haram acts. If you avoid all the haram acts, you will be the most modest person on the face of earth. The second is all the acts that are disgusted in Islam, like makruh. What are the makruh acts? For example, some of you asked me about making a hair bun while you are in salah. So this is disgusted in Islam, right? So we can understand that criteria of modesty is to adopt halal and to avoid haram. The more you adopt halal, you will reject the haram of the same category. For example, if you choose nikah, then you are going to avoid the haram relationships before marriage and after marriage. And this is basically modesty. Hope it's clear? So the moment you choose the birthright for your child and you say that I am going to give my child his birthright, due right, then of course you are choosing the right thing and you are avoiding haram. Okay, I need your help. Just tell me if I am clear with this mic. We are saying that the moment you adopt a halal, you are going to reject the haram of same category and you are going to be among the supporters of modesty. And the moment you start practicing those things in your daily life, you will become an ambassador of modesty. Many people will learn from your life how to be modest. This is exactly what the wives of the Prophet ﷺ did. This is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ did. Men and women during the time of Prophet ﷺ, all of them had the same attitude towards modesty. Modesty is not only for women. Men and women both are ordered to lower their gaze. Both are ordered to be chaste. Like Quran says, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Here clearly the word says that the Arabic word يَغُضُّ is for men. Men should lower their gaze. And in another place Allah says يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, that believing women should lower their gaze. Both have the same law. The second thing is both should cover their private parts and their body. Yes, there is difference between the body of men and women, and because of those reasons, women have to cover more, whereas men also have a part of satar that is required to be covered. Same is the case about marriage. Neither men and women are allowed to have. I think now they can hear. Abari? Okay, good. So men and women both are not allowed to have the illegal sexual relations or friendships before marriage. And this fact, and after marriage also. They should not have secret friends. The word mentioned in Quran says, muttakhidhi akhdan, the people who take secret friends before marriage, men, and muttakhidati akhdan, women who take secret friends. So, apart from your legal spouse, both of you cannot have these secret friends. The problem is that we fail to tell our men or the sons in our homes that men are also needed to be modest. Prophet ﷺ himself was the most modest man. Sahaba said that Prophet ﷺ was more modest than a newly wed bride. And they said that whenever something happened which he disliked, we used to understand from his face. Because his face was so expressive. And this is the case of every modest person. You will find out that their faces will tell you that they are embarrassed, or they are feeling shy, or they are feeling bothered about something. Hope it's clear? Second example we have is the example of Sayyidina Usman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu. He was Prophet ﷺ's son-in-law, and he was married to two of his daughters, one after the other. When one died, Prophet ﷺ married him to his second daughter. And he said even the angels would feel shy in presence of Usman. It is mentioned that Usman radiallahu anhu used to take bath while covering his private parts. He used to wear something on his satar, and then he used to take bath. So even during bath, he was never fully naked. This is why Prophet ﷺ said that even angels would feel shy from Usman. So this is why the Prophet ﷺ and his companions showed us the real examples of modesty, because they knew that modesty is the trait of the people who will enter Jannah. And Prophet ﷺ said, Al-haya'u min al-iman wal-imanu fil jannah wal-bada'u min al-jafa wal-jafa'u fil nar. Modesty is part of faith, and faith will be in paradise. Obscenity is a part of rudeness, and rudeness will be in hellfire. So people, when they say this girl is bold, that is basically rudeness. The girl who is nearly out of her clothes, and people say she is so bold, she carries herself so beautifully, right? And she is displaying nearly everything, and people say this girl is bold. This is not boldness. This is the thing that will lead to the hellfire. So when we understand modesty for ourselves, for individual life, now we can understand the second thing, that why we want modesty for everyone. If I am covering myself, it is my choice. Why to impose the head cover on every other girl? Why to impose the abaya on every other girl? Why there are some people who are supporting abaya for everyone, right? So basically, this is a very valid question which every girl asks. That if you are convinced by heart, then okay, you can wear it. So anyone would like to respond to this question? Why do we say that other girls should also wear abaya, or they should cover themselves in any way they want? Anyone? Yes?
Because we know something, we have to tell it to others. Maybe we ask at the judgment day that we know all the things, and we should pass it.
The first thing, the Islamic perspective is that if we know something good, we will present it to others. It is logically what we do in our daily life. For example, if you know a piece of poetry is good, you tell others, you share on Facebook, you share on Insta, you say, listen to this poetry, this is so amazing, this is beautiful. And you want everyone to listen to that and admire that and enjoy. So this is how we share good with others, right? And from the Islamic perspective, Islam says that when you love something for yourself, you always love that for the other Muslim believing men and women. And Prophet ﷺ said this is a sign of faith. Your faith cannot be complete until you like the same thing for all the people. So when a person says that she is daughter of someone and I have to cover her head, and he gives you a cloth to cover yourself, he is basically respecting you because he is treating you the way he treats his own daughter, sister, mother, or anyone from his family. And he is giving you the same respect that he wants for his own daughter. Many of us become offended when a Maulana says that girls should cover themselves. We become offended and we say, who is he to tell me that I should cover myself? I know my religion well. मैंने पूरा तर्जुमा कुरान पढ़ा है. You know, I have studied the whole Quran myself. I have studied so many tafasir and I know everything in Islam. And he is not the person who should tell me. What he is doing is that he is not imposing something upon you. He is just telling you that you should wear it like this. And he is telling you that, my dear sister, this is the good for you that Allah has chosen. So here we can understand that modesty, when we present it to other people, we are doing our second duty, and that is enjoining good and forbidding evil. This is another duty that we are given. After being modest, we need to tell others to be modest. Please cover yourself. Ji. Can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Shukriya. So Quran says, وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. Why some of us tell the others to do this thing because it is good? Because we are friends of each other. Quran says believing men and women are friends of each other. يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. They enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. Enjoying what is good means that they do it themselves and they tell others to do it, and if they find someone is doing good, they join them. Like you joined each other to organize this event for the other girls to share the good that you have learned in the course of Islamic studies with the other people inside university. So this is our second responsibility after avoiding haram and after adopting halal. Another trait Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. Believing men and women are those who pray and they establish prayer. وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ. They pay their obligatory charity. وَيُطِيعُونَ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. And they are those who are obedient to Allah and His Messenger. They never say, I have read the whole Quran and I won't cover. It's my choice. No. When you read Quran, definitely you will understand what is the trait of the modest women, what is the traits of modest men, and you will definitely start doing hijab. If you are not practicing the laws given in Quran, then you have not studied Quran really. Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the end, what is the reward of doing all this for others? The reward is great. أُولَٰئِكَ سَيَرْحَمُهُمُ اللَّهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. Allah will have mercy upon them in the hereafter. One mercy is in this world, that they are shown the right path and they are practicing Islam, whereas the second mercy would come when they will go to their Lord and Allah will have mercy upon them in that world. And this is the reward. إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. Allah is exalted in might and wise. So this is because we are friends to each other. That is why we enjoin good and forbid evil. Allah Azza wa Jal further tells us what He has promised for such believing men and women. He says, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. Allah Azza wa Jal has promised the believing men and believing women gardens beneath which rivers flow, wherein they abide forever. ومساكن طيبة في جنات عدن ورضوان من الله أكبر ذلك هو الفوز العظيم. And pleasant dwellings in gardens of perpetual residence, but approval from Allah is greater than all this reward. After giving them paradise, Allah will be happy with them. Allah will be pleased with them, and this will be the bigger reward. And ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. Indeed, it is the greatest success or attainment. So after doing all this hard work in this world, when you will reach to your Lord, Allah will give you all these promises, and you will find out that you will be among the A graders over there. The success. Whereas there is another group which people who will understand the religion, people who will show that they are Muslims, people who will read the verses of Quran but they will not practice it, or they will not fully support it. These are called the hypocrites. And Allah Azza wa Jal mentions that al-munafiquna wal-munafiqatu ba'duhum min ba'd ya'muruna bil-munkari wa yanhawna 'anil ma'rufi wa yaqbiduna aydiyahum nasullaha fanasiyahum innal munafiqina humul fasiqun. The hypocrite men and hypocrite women are of one another. Allah is not saying they are friends, because this is not real friendship. He is saying that they are from each other. They are from the same category, but they are not true friends. This is why you see that they are fighting with each other, even on money, on fame, on projects that someone else has taken from you. So they are hypocrites, and they are of one category. They enjoy what is wrong. They always go to the wrong place. And they forbid what is right. They are those who will tease the supporters of modesty, tease the supporters of righteousness. They will always say things that are encouraging to do bad things. And you will rarely find them saying the right things. They have forgotten Allah. So Allah has forgotten them accordingly. They are living a life, they are given everything, but they don't have mercy of God in their life. That is why whoever reaches to the fame, and after being billionaires, people say that they don't have something in their life. Something is missing in their life. Peace is missing in their life. Right? So, indeed, the hypocrites are the people who are disobedient. Now Allah has said that they are hypocrites because they are disobedient. They hear the verses of God, but they never obey. وعد الله المنافقين والمنافقات والكفار نار جهنم خالدين فيها هي حسبهم ولعنهم الله ولهم عذاب مقيم. In this world, they will be unhappy, and in the other world, Allah has promised the hypocrite men and hypocrite women and the disbelievers the fire of hell. They will be with the disbelievers. Apparently, they accepted Islam, but they will be with the disbelievers. It's a big punishment because they are not practicing what they are told. Wherein they will abide eternally. It is sufficient for them. This punishment is sufficient for them. And Allah has cursed them, and for them is an enduring punishment. So we can understand the difference between the two groups. All just because they are not following the laws given by Allah Azza wa Jal. Now we come to media. The second thing is, what is media? Basically, it's plural of medium, means or instrumentality for strong or communicating information. For storing or communicating information, The second, the mass communication industry like newspapers, television, radio, journalists, and other related professionals collectively also come in media. Media is like mass media is means transmissions that are disseminated widely to the public. So this is the meaning of media to understand first. Then we come to the second question which we ask ourselves. Whenever media is mentioned, some people would just hate the mention of media. So the question is that media, what is media? A boon or a bane? What do you think? Yes. Can we as Islamic people, can we deal with media? Is that right to deal with media? Yes, okay. So it's not a curse. It would be a blessing if it is used in the right way, right? So for example, people say that media is a tool to spread information. It depends what kind of information you are spreading. It depends what kind of education you are providing on media. So it is like using the kitchen knife. You can cut the throat of a human with that, or you can just simply cut the vegetables or the meat that you have to cook. So same is the case with media. But the problem is that what practical media is doing to the life of younger generation is concerning, and this is why people hate media or mention of media. So today we are going to see why media is affecting us negatively and how can we use it positively. What are the functions of mass media first of all? Surveillance, it is to monitor the life of people, right? Or a group of people. Correlation, the function of media is that you will try to find out the correlation between the things mentioned on media and in what is the reality that is surrounding you. Cultural transmission, it is widely used for cultural transmission, and nearly all of us wear Western looking dresses just because we see that occidentalized media day and night. That is why we want to be like that, and we think that a person who is wearing more Western-like dresses, they are more civilized, or if they talk in their language, they are more educated. Entertainment. Yes, it is used for entertainment, and for some people, they want entertainment 24/7. It is used for propaganda as well. The most dangerous part is that it is used for sensationalization. When you were all talking about Kandil Baloch and you were all talking about Ghairat Ka Qatl, mobilization, it is also used to mobilize some people for certain cause, or some people behind media can mobilize the whole nation for a negative or a positive thing. Validation. Sometimes when people want to spread their theory and they want to validate it, they use media. So we need to be careful about that. Types of traditional mass media was these, as you can see, but the things have changed, and now alternative media is coming day by day. That is why we are talking about media here. So the type of alternative media we can have in print. Also we can have audios or videos that appear suddenly and become viral. It is used through internet most of the time, but in some cases it could be in the form of street art, folk stories, or the local theaters, as well as the local gatherings. So now we come to the question that so many bloggers, and so many content writers are coming from the young generation. So let us pause for some time before going to Insta, Facebook, WhatsApp, or any other place, YouTube, or before forming our own YouTube channel. Let us ask ourselves why to use alternative media. Because the established media is not in our range. We cannot be a producer or director over there, but we can be easily a producer or director or content writer on alternative media. Like on internet, you have plenty of free platform where you can upload and download free things. So, why to use it? What do you say as the like representatives of young generation? Why do you use it? Any answers, please?
Spread awareness,
Uh-huh.
get awareness.
Okay. For awareness. Awareness about what? Fashion, hijabi, bride makeup. You know, some other. Can you mention? Yes, Maria. Okay, to keep yourself up to date about what is happening around you. But we are talking. So you are talking from the perspective of audience. You are saying that you are an audience of all these platforms because you want to keep yourself aware of what is happening. But what about the people who are content writers?